So after I've blended everything, after I've created almost a monochromatic but depthful atmosphere, I scrape it. And it reveals that core pigment, that beginning. And then the washing goes back to the very beginning. The beginning is this blank canvas. Then it absorbs the pigment from the very first painting, which creates this cloud-like atmosphere. And basically, I painted another atmosphere on top of it. And the core pigment is at the first, but the way I put the paint on the canvas, apply the paint, is that blending, that chasing light to dark, dark to light, until it's so smooth and so blended that it becomes a whole. The scraping is the reverse process. And in the end, it goes back to the original first staining of the first painting.
Desire emerges from the abyss in a flux of human presence, immediate experience, and aspiration.
Before all this was, there was nothing, pure and perfect. But the Creator wanted something, and created light for the heavens, and created the waters and the firmament, and populated the land and the waters and the sky.
Just scraped the second painting. It's a gradation. It's got that energy blob in it. Super aggressive again, super clawy. But it's the scraping that's interesting to me right now, because when I scrape it, I mean, it's the deep marks from my fingers. I'm basically finger painting. And when I scrape it, the claw, my fingernails actually, it shows on the canvas. But once again, it's just this sort of, it's like a dig looking for something. And, the process is just chasing light and dark. I mean, all I'm doing is blending and trying to make that transition from light to dark, from dark to light, super easy. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm adding something on top of that surface, on top of that blending, light to dark, dark to light. And then I'm scraping it all off. And, it leaves this imprint underneath it, underneath the painting, which is interesting because everything I'm doing is basically underneath. It's all the things that have lived on this canvas, and there's just a ton of layers. It's a shame to wash this right now. I mean, it's cool. There's a lot to look at. It's interesting. It's got a lot of depth to it. It's an interesting painting after it's scraped.
Sometime later, the Creator sent a flood to clear out most of the somethings they created, so that a new set of somethings could populate the land and the waters and the sky. They had also done this with ice, and they would do it again with fire.
A bolt of form on atmospheric fields of color grapples with the experience of the tiny details of forever.
But each of the somethings was less perfect than the nothing there had been at the beginning. And it became apparent that once there is something, there can never be nothing in the same place that something was not truly.
Ephemera of disparate images and an experience of alternative paintings coexist in the finite space.
Okay, this is painting number 4 on canvas number 3. It's a different atmosphere. It's a different transformation. It's a different stage of where these blobs come alive, or maybe they die. I don't know. It's either the beginning or the end. Can't tell. But I definitely like this one. It's got some nice movement in it.
Holmberg's atmospheric paintings imply a conversation, to heighten a desire for lost art and engage with the tension between how to create an empty canvas, but to paint and paint some more.
Talked about burying paintings. That doesn't work. Thought about throwing them in a lake. That doesn't work. None of that really works because they're still there. And if I bury a painting in the front yard, I know it's there. It's not actually gone. I can bring it back if I want to bring it back. I mean, it'll decompose and it'll change, but that's not the same as erasing or scraping and washing. Those things are important. You have to actually erase it and scrape it and clean it, and then it really is truly gone. Otherwise it's not really honest. I mean, it's still there, kinda. It is. It's an image, so it's about getting rid of the image. And the image is a quest for balance. And it's sort of a narrative of transformation, too.
But there were some good times in there, and the subtle something that remained had its own kind of beauty. And at least the creator experienced what it meant to create something, and to destroy that something even when it was good, and to lose the nothing that was perfect forever.